Hello there and welcome. Let's take a little journey together. We're going to explore a world that's all around us, but one we almost never get to see, the digital city. And we're going to meet the silent guardian that keeps it safe, sound, and running just for you.
So picture this. Our story begins in a city that's just massive. It's not made of concrete or steel, though. Oh no, this one is woven from data and pure light.
You know that quiet moment right before the day really begins? Well, that's where we are. The first lights are just starting to flicker on. All across the city, people are starting their day. People just like us. They're opening their apps, checking their emails, getting ready to work.
And in a city like this, there's just zero room for error. Everything has to be instant. Every click, every tap, it's got to be seamless. And every single piece of information, well, it has to be completely safe. The stakes here are just incredibly high.
So to really get our bearings, let's pull out a map of this place. In our story, those huge, towering buildings, those are the servers holding all our important stuff. The roads that connect everything, that's the internet. And the people walking around, well, that's us, the users. And the offices we're all trying to get to, those are the apps we use every single day. But here's the catch. This city, as amazing as it is, has a weakness. I mean, what do you think happens when thousands, maybe millions, of people all try to cram through the same front gate at the exact same time? The city, well, it just can't handle it. It can actually break. The buildings are servers. They get completely overwhelmed. They get tired. The offices are apps. They start to slow down, getting all sluggish and frustrating. And if that pressure keeps building up, the whole system just crashes. The entire city can grind to a dead halt. So, when things get tough, a city needs more than just a manager. It needs a hero. It needs a protector to stand at the gates and bring a little order to all that chaos. And right there, standing at the main gate, is our guardian. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's quiet, it's brilliant, and it is incredibly good at its job. Its name is NetScaler. You see, NetScaler's whole purpose is to manage the flow. It stands right between all of us and the apps we're trying to reach. It decides who gets in, it tells them exactly where to go, it manages how fast they can move through the city, and, this is a big one, it knows who needs to be stopped right there at the gate. To really see what makes NetScaler so special, we need to look at its three main jobs. Think of them as its three superpowers. Okay, so its first job is to be the ultimate traffic controller. The fancy term for this is load balancing, but really it's just a brilliant, simple idea. Share the work, spread it out evenly so that no single part of the city ever gets totally overwhelmed. Imagine you're looking down on a giant highway with thousands of cars. If they all tried to squeeze into one lane, you'd have total gridlock, right? Well, NetScaler sees all this traffic coming. It points to one group and says, you go left. To another, you head to the right. And if it sees a road getting choked up, it instantly redirects everyone to a clearer path. The result? Everything just keeps moving smoothly. All right, on to the second job, the security guard. Now, think for a second about a really important building, like a bank vault or a top-secret lab. Would you just let anybody wander in off the street? Of course not. You'd have someone at the door. And that is exactly what NetScaler does. It stands right at the front door of our applications and it checks everyone's ID. Employees, customers, all the good people, they're welcomed right in. But hackers, fake users, any kind of danger, they're identified and blocked on the spot. No questions asked. It keeps the whole city safe. Now this third job, this one's pretty amazing. It's all about creating a special, secret entrance for people who need to get into the city but aren't actually there. You know, people working from home, or a coffee shop, or even from the other side of the world. They need a safe way in. NetScaler builds one for them. The best way to think about it is like a private, invisible tunnel that runs right through the middle of the busy public city. Only trusted people, the ones with the special key, can even see it, let alone use it. It is completely secure, no leaks, no danger, just a safe, private road home. So, day in and day out, our guardian does its job flawlessly. But as with all great stories, every hero must face their greatest test. And one night, it came. A storm hit the city, not of wind and rain, but of data, a digital hurricane. Suddenly, there were way too many users, far too much traffic, and hiding in all that chaos, attackers trying to smash their way through the gates. The whole city began to tremble.
But through it all, NetScaler stood firm. It didn't buckle. It didn't even flinch. It just worked, tirelessly redirecting the flood, blocking every single attack, and balancing the load so perfectly that the city's heart kept on beating. And then, morning came. The storm was gone, and people started their day, logging in, checking their messages, and for them, everything was perfectly normal. The city was safe, and nobody, not a single person, ever knew how close it all came to falling apart.
So, what's the real lesson here? What can we take away from the story of our silent guardian?
Well, if we had to explain NetScaler in the simplest way possible, it'd be this. It shares the traffic so nothing gets broken. It protects our apps like a bodyguard. It keeps everything moving fast. It stops the bad guys from getting in. And it gives all of us a safe, private door to connect from wherever we are. And that really brings us to the moral of our story today. You see, the best heroes aren't always the loudest ones. They're the ones working quietly in the background, making sure that the rest of us can live our lives and do our work in peace, without ever having to worry about the dangers they protect us from. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. By understanding the story of this silent guardian, you've learned something powerful about the hidden world all around us, and that means you are already stronger today.